Hello everyone. My heartful thanks to STF Digital Group prepared by such a wonderful sources. These sources are very useful to 10th standard students. Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the social science online teaching classes from BGS Public School, Shitlagata, Hanmanpura Gate. I am Chandrasekhar, your social science teacher. My dear students, we are going to discuss political science, part of third lesson, that is India's relationship with other countries. Dear students, political science, unit third, India's relationship with other countries. In this lesson, today we are going to discuss about how India has bilateral agreement and trade relationship with other countries, how its cultural and traditional relationship with other foreign countries, how was the ancient background, historical events of the particular countries. This all we have to gather from the lesson India's relationship with the other countries. In this unit, the four major countries we are going to discuss. Which are the four major countries? Relationship between India and China, relationship between India and Pakistan, relationship between India and Russia, relationship between India and the USA. My dear students, all of you know that these are very major countries and we have very good relationship with those foreign countries. The first one, dear students, here we have to properly understand India's relationship with other countries. Think, my dear students, is this possible that any family can never prosper without interact with other family? Would it highly impossible one family to development without the help of other family? We already learned about that, the foreign policy of India lesson. We have to mingle with other and have to lead for the life. A family can never prosper without interacting with another family. Similarly, it means as it is like a country can never progress without interacting with another country. We already learned previous lesson India's foreign policy. There is a close relationship between so many countries are there in the world. India also maintained the best relationship with so many countries in the world, and India opposed for the terrorism, Naxalism, apartheid, and also opposed for the disarmament, etc., etc., etc. So, dear students, in this globalized and modernized environment, see the globalized and modernized environment worldwide there is a modernized environment as there. It is inevitable for country to have relationship with another country, mainly necessary in 21st century. It is necessary to one country have to depending upon for the another country, and it's a need, it's a necessary, it is a need. Without depending upon another country, one country highly impossible to lead for the life and highly impossible to growth of the economical way. That is why always one country depending upon for the another country. Then, dear students, in the fourth part of our constitution, that we are all discussed about the foreign policy of India, in the fourth part of our Indian constitution, under the article 51, international peace and coexistence is explained. What is the importance and significance or speciality of the article 51 means? It is explained international peace and coexistence. according to the Article 51. So it is discussed under the directive principles of state policy. It is discussed under the directive principles of the state policy. And mainly, India try to development for the best relationship with other countries as per the directions of constitution, as per the directions of constitution, that we already learned about the foreign policy of India lesson. And here the article 51 is played very important role. Why the article 51 is played very important role means because article 51 explained international peace and coexistence, international peace and coexistence. This were all studies under the directive principles of state policy according to the directions of our Indian constitution. Then dear students, India's relationship with other countries, we have to gather in detail information about at what type of relationship is there between India and China, between India and Pakistan, between India and Russia, between India and America. So the relationship with the major neighboring countries, India and China. The first we have to gather in detail information about between the relationship of India and China. See the dear students, China is a big country which borders India. So as it is like China is a big country, even India also big country. China is also a most populous country and even India is also a most populous country. Here the China is a big country which borders India. There is a big border between India and China. There is a border shared. So this is, dear students, China and this is India. Between there is a border. China is a big country which borders India. This is identified as this is one of the important neighboring country of India. Then the relationship between China and India goes back to the Mesopotamia and Sindhu River civilization's time. China, you know that since civilization goes back to Indus Valley civilization, relationship between both the countries since the ancient time, during the period of civilization's time to at present, there is a relationship between is there India and China. It means from past to present there is a relationship between India and China. So this is the Mesopotamian civilization and this is the Sindhu Valley civilization. From ancient time to there is a best and cordial relationship between is there India and China. Then dear students, Buddhism originated in India. It means Buddhism established or started in India and it has found wide acceptance in China. So compared to the followers of Buddhism in India, majority of the followers we can found in China. So that is wide acceptance in China. The relationship between China and India goes back to the ancient times. I already explained in detail during that period of Mesopotamian civilization and Sindhu Valley civilization. Since from that time to at present there is a relationship between India and China, and main Buddhism established or originated in India but has found wide acceptance in China. Compared to the followers of Buddhism in India, there is a huge followers are there in China. Then dear friends, many of Indian rulers has a friendly business relationship with the Chinese rulers. Even the Indian rulers are maintained a good friendship with the Chinese rulers also. And majority of some of the important foreign travelers visited to India and they should be recorded in detail information about India's administration, politics, economic field, social field, religion field, etc., etc., etc. You know that Fahian also visited to India as a traveler, and Huyen Song also visited to India as a traveler. So in this way, many of the Indian rulers had maintained a good friendship between Chinese rulers. And the silk trade between China and India is discussed in the Kautilya's Arthashastra. Kautilya, he was one of the important philosopher. He wrote Arthashastra. It is also called as economics. So in this book provide in detail information about there is a silk trade between India and China in those days. In those days means during the period of civilization's time. Then dear students, after the emergence of India and China, it means after the independence of India and after the independence of China, these two sovereign republics, it means independent countries maintained for the mutual, it means close relationships were guided by the Panchashila principles that we already discussed from the lesson India's foreign policy. In the year of 1954, between the India and China, the signed for the Panchashila principles. In the year of 1954, the Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and the Chinese Prime Minister Zhou Enlai, between them guided by the Panchashila principles. So here, Zhou Enlai and Jawaharlal Nehru, in the year of 1954, they signed for the Panchashila principles. Pancha means 5. They signed for the 5 important principles or agreements in the year of 1954. And after that, there are some issues between India and China. Some of the reasons purpose always there is a clashes between India and China. Because of the reason, one of the important reason, the Tibetan crisis. The Tibetan crisis. Here, majority of the Chinese people try to kill it for the Dalai Lama and his followers. Majority of the Chinese people, they try to kill it for the Dalai Lama and his followers by getting fear. Dalai Lama with his followers, he came to India. He came to India. So India is a peace-loving country and provided support to Dalai Lama and his followers, provided residential facility, health facility, education facility, such all the types of facilities. So this was the reason purpose China get angry about India. This is one of the important clash between India and China. So that is the Tibetan crisis. Then after the war in the year of 1962, after the war, border disputes arose and these disputes still remain unsolved. Mainly, dear students, after the 1962 India-China war, there is a border problems are started. Still, these problems are unsolved. There is a borderline problems between the India and China still remained. Then, dear students, then another one major issue between the India and China, Arunachal Pradesh bomb. Another Arunachal Pradesh border problems. So here the Arunachal Pradesh, so this is the Arunachal Pradesh. This is a major border between India and China. For occupying Arunachal Pradesh purpose, always India and China clashes together. Actually, the Arunachal Pradesh belongs to India, but not for the China. But always China trying to occupying for the Arunachal Pradesh. This is also one of the major issue between the India and China. In spite of the border disputes and wars, we already learned there is a major issues like border issues and wars is there between the India and China. It means also India and China try to continuing for the maintain it for the best and mutual relationship. So that best and mutual relationship is continued and healthy, financially secure and functions well. There are between the India and China. Then dear students, both the countries have highest population and both are identified as the leading economies of the world. Dear students, I already told the both countries also highest population. It means China is the most populous country in the world. It is the first populous country in the world. After India is the second populous country in the world. And both are identified as the leading economies. It means the both countries involving in a trade. So involving in a buying and selling or import and export. After the 1980s, after the 1980s, the China and India, there is between these two countries had a good relationship. See, India has established a good trade relationship between China after 1980s. India got freedom in the year of 1947, but after the 1980s, so before the 1980s, there are some wars and border disputes are there between India and China. But after the 1980s, the India established a good trade relationship between China. So this is further and strong development relationship of the India and China. So this is the through the sea route there is a relationship between India and China. Trade, etc., etc., etc. And dear students, and there is a continuous efforts of the India and China. One of the important organization being came into existence. That organization names BRICS, BRICS. This is one of the international association to establish to development of the trade between the countries of BRICS. B means Brazil, R means Russia, I means India, C means China, S means South Africa. So these are the five important BRICS countries are established. This is the further development of further friendship development of between the India and China. See the dear students, the five important BRICS countries members. So these are the BRICS countries. The first one is China, second one is Russia, third one is India, fourth one is China, fifth one is South Africa. Then dear friends, after the India and China, another one major country, this is also identified as a neighboring country of India, that is none other than one of the important country in the world, Pakistan. Now we have to learn in detail information about at what type of relationship is there between India and Pakistan. So India and Pakistan are the neighboring countries already told, and here Pakistan, it is one of the integral part of India during the pre-independent period. Before the 1947, India and Pakistan both also joined together and lead for one country like. But after the independence, so in the year of 1947, August 14, Pakistan separated from India. Then August 15th, 1947, India became an independent country. So here, before the independence of our Indian country, Pakistan is a integral part of India. So this is the Pakistan. This is integral part of India. Then, but after the Independence Act of 1947, both countries become independent. It means sovereign republican countries. Even this is West Pakistan, this is East Pakistan. These two also become a independent countries. Even India also become a independent country in the year of 1947. Soon after the independence, the both countries have to started for the trade relationship. The both countries have to started for the trade relationship after the independence. So dear students, India and Pakistan after the independence started for the trade relationship. After the trade relationship when started, the major issues is there between the India and Pakistan. These are the major issues purpose. Always some of the important clashes and fights are there between India and Pakistan. So the major issues like terrorism, it means threat of violence. Always Pakistan encouraging for the violence. So that is Pakistan always encouraging for the terrorism, but India not supported for the terrorism. This was the reason purpose there is a clashes between India and Pakistan. Then another one is Jammu and Kashmir issue. So Jammu and Kashmir, actually this state belongs to India, but Pakistan always trying to occupying for the Jammu and Kashmir. Those who were staying in Jammu and Kashmir, the citizens and the people, they always gave the much and more support to the India, but not for the Pakistan. So this hatred to the Pakistan, it was the reason purpose Pakistan always trying to control for the Jammu and Kashmir. This is a major issue between India and Pakistan. Then third one is water sharing. Do you know, like the Sindhu river arises, this Sindhu river flowing even India also, even in Pakistan also. So the water sharing purpose, the both countries also always doing for the clashes. And there is a one important question, my dear students, what are the major issues are there between India and Pakistan? Means the one is terrorism, another one is Jammu and Kashmir, and the third one is the water sharing disputes. These three there are between both countries. And the both countries have fight the three important wars. How many important wars? Means the three important wars have to be taken place. And after the wars, to improve for the bilateral ties between both countries, many agreements have been taken place. After the wars, throughout the world, so many countries are supported to India and Pakistan to do for the agreements purpose, because peace is very important and necessary to rule for the world. So then now we have to learn at what type of agreements are there between India and Pakistan. So the first one is the Tashkent Agreement. We know about this is one of the important dangerous agreement for India and Pakistan. During the time of Tashkent Agreement time, the Lal Bahadur Shastri, the greatest Prime Minister of an Indian country, he went to Pakistan, but unexpectedly he was died in Pakistan. So this is a mystery even at present also. Highly impossible our Indian government to find what is the reason purpose the Lal Bahadur Shastri was died like. So this is one of the important agreement between India and Pakistan, that is the Tashkent Agreement. So this is Tashkent Agreement. Then another one is the Shimla Agreement. Another one is Shimla Agreement. So at what type of agreements have to be taken place between India and Pakistan to development for the bilateral ties? Means one is Tashkent Agreement, another one is the Shimla Agreement. So this is for the Shimla Agreement. Then another one is Lahore Bus Yatra, from India to Lahore. There is a traveling facility through the bus, so that is Lahore Bus Yatra. Then fourth one is Agra Conference have been entered. It means the four bilateral ties or agreements have been taken place between the India and Pakistan. Tashkent Agreement, Lahore Agreement, and Lahore Bus Yatra, Agra Conference have been centered. It means have to be taken place. But agreements like this have yielded very less. There is no use for these four agreements have to be taken place between the India and Pakistan. Then after, dear students, it means also some of the important attacks done by Pakistan on Indian Parliament in the year of 2001. So this is because in spite of these bilateral talks, it means also there is a four agreements between India and Pakistan. While neglecting for these agreements, Pakistan have to attack an Indian Parliament in the year of 2001. So that is attack an Indian Parliament in the year of 2001. Then another one is Mumbai attack in 2007. So after the 2001, there is a 6 years gap. There is a 6 years gap. Mumbai attack in 2007. So Sandeep Unnikrishnan, he belongs to Bangalore, especially for the Hebbald, the major military officer. He was died. Mumbai attack in 2007. Then Pathankot attack in 2016 have been continued, affecting the quality of the bilateral relationships. These three attacks completely spoiled the relationship between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan. The first one is Parliament attack in the year of 2001 and Mumbai attack 2007, then 2016 Pathankot attack. These three attacks also spoiled the relationship between India and Pakistan. And India and Pakistan have clashed over the years about Jammu and Kashmir issue. I already explained, because Jammu and Kashmir belongs to Indian integral part, but Pakistan always trying to occupying for the Jammu and Kashmir, but India always opposing the Pakistan. And dear students, it means also there are some similarities are there between India and Pakistan. At what type of similarities are there between India and Pakistan? We have to now learn. Based on this, there is a 2-mark question. Write the similarities between India and Pakistan. Let's see, dear students, at what type of similarities are there between India and Pakistan. The first one is both countries share common cultural and economic ties. Both countries share common cultural and economic ties. It means cultural reliefs, values, features have to share. Economic ties means the involving in import and export, buying and selling, and there is a mutual exchange between the both fields. It means some of the important fields: art, architecture, literature, economic field, political field, social field. There is a biggest exchange. So this is the first similarity. Both share common cultural and economic ties, and the mutual exchanges in both the fields have continued. So this is, dear students. And after that, the mutual trade relationship have continued ever since independence. From independence onwards to at present, there is a trade relationship is there between India and Pakistan. This is one of the important similarity. And another one similarity, similarly, the both India and Pakistan responded each other's needed during emergencies. It means during the time of natural calamities, cyclones, floods, earthquakes, tsunamis, natural disasters. So such a time, one country helping to another country. So dear students, these are all the major similarities between India and Pakistan. So this is a very important question. Write the similarities between India and Pakistan. Then dear students, after the India and Pakistan, another one major country, so that is India and Russia. Now we have to learn at what type of relationship is there between India and Russia. India and Russia has a friendly relationship countries. India has a friendly relationship with Russia, and it has similar relationship with United Socialist Soviet Russia. It means USSR. Russia means also same, and USSR means also same. Look at the here. This is India and that one is Russia. See, this is USSR. It means United Socialist Soviet Russia. Another one is India. There is a friendly relationship is there between India and Russia. Then even India followed for the non-aligned policy. What is the meaning of non-aligned policy means? This is very very important, dear students, that we have to learn previous lesson from India's foreign policy. After the Second World War, there are two important powerful countries emerged in the world. The one is Russia, another one is America. Here India maintained for the equal distance between the Russia and America. Here India not extended his support to Russia, and even India not extended his support to Russia also and for the America also. It means maintained for the friendly relationship with Russia and America. So that is India followed non-aligned policy, and India had good relationship with Russia in the field of economics, in the field of import and export, buying and selling, in the field of trade. There is a best relationship is there between the India and Russia, and there is a best relationship between India's politics and Russian politics. In the field of political administration, there is a support of India always supporting to the Russia, and Russia also always supporting to India in the field of politics. So dear students, look at the picture. So that is present Prime Minister Narendra Modi and former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. On from since to at present, there is a best relationship is there between India and Russia. Then in the year of 1962, we already know China invasion of India. This is actually one of the important event have to be taken in Indian history. So this was opposed by USSR. Russia opposed. What opposed for Russia means China's invasion of India in 1962. In 1962. It means during the period of 1962, Indo-China war, USSR have to be gave support to the India. Then after, during the period of Goa liberation, when Goa became a free, got it? During that time, in the year of 1962, USSR has supported to India, and even USS has supported India at UNO, United Nations Organization. In this organization, USA always given support to the India. In the 1962, Russia opposed the China's invasion of India, and during the Goa liberation time, Russia given support to the India, and in UNO always Russia given support to the India. So look at dear students. Then USSR had supported the Tashkent Agreement. Do you know that Tashkent Agreement is there between India and Pakistan in the year of 1966? I already explained in this Tashkent Agreement purpose only. Our former Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri was died. So during this agreement time, USSR had supported to India in the year of 1966, and even in 1971, USSR signed an agreement for 20 years for peace and cooperation. So in the year of 1971, there is one agreement is there between India and Russia. So that is that agreement, peace and cooperation purpose. So that agreement leads to 20 years, not 5 years, not 10 years. The agreement is there between India and Russia, the 20 years peace and cooperation purpose, like Russia always extended his support to India. Then dear students, and during the period of after the independence, there are some of the important two steel industries are established. That steel industries are, the one is Biloy, another one is Bokhara. These two industries purpose USSR gave support to India. With the help of USSR, India established two important steel plants like Biloy steel plant and Bokhara steel plants. And India has taken major support from Russia to improve its industries and technology. To technology purpose, to development of the industries purpose, always India have to be taken support from Russia. So in this way here mainly Russia always providing support to India, and always Russia extending their support to India in the field of technology, in the field of industries, etc., etc., etc. So this is the Bokhara steel plant industry and Biloy steel plant industries. And Russia has extended support to India quest for permanent seat in the UN Security Council. Because of the reason, there are only 5 permanent member nations are there in UNO. Like here also, India is also a administration purpose. This is one of the best country in the world. So this was the reason purpose Russia during the period of General Assembly questioning to UNO have to give permanent seat to India like in the Security Council. It means Russia always believed for the Indian country. Then after the Russia, my dear students, last one of the important major country, USA. Now we have to learn at what type of major relationship is there between India and USA. So dear students, India and USA both are democratic countries and also a big countries. Democratic countries and also a big countries. This is India and this is USA, United States of America. What is the meaning of democratic? Democratic, it is a form of government in which the people choose leaders by voting. There is a democracy in India, there is a democracy in USA. Both countries also, the citizens by casting their vote and electing for the representative leaders. This is called as democracy. And here dear students, one of the important another one point, USA also big country and even India is also a big country. Then in the present international scenario, at present international situation time, both India and USA have major role play. Got it? During the period of international trade time, the trade is there between India and America. During the period of at present international scenario, at particular art field, architecture field, literature field, trade field, both the countries also playing a very important role. At what type of role? Let's see, my dear students. The relationship between both the countries have found few shifts ever since 1947. From 1947 to there is a relationship between India and China. So during the bipolar world of Cold War era, do you know after the 1945 there is a Cold War between the Russia and America. So during that time, even India not supported to Russia also and even not supported to America also. So India have extended their friendship and relationship to Russia also and even for America also. So that is during the bipolar world of Cold War, India had maintained equal distance between Russia and USA. India not extended support to Russia. India not extended support to USA. So maintained equal distance. For India, America also same and Russia also same. So this is we should consider for the non-alignment policy. This is we should consider for the non-alignment policy. So this is since 1947 too. There is a relationship between India and America. See, both are democratic countries, communist countries, and non-aligned countries. Then, dear students, USA has supported to lot of India's 5-year plans. So here the 5-year plans are playing major role to development of the nation, to development of the country, to earn foreign exchange, to growth of the people, earn for the per capita income, and it's very useful for the GDP, gross domestic production, etc., etc., etc. So 5-year plan, centralized and integrated national economic program. National economic program. So here USA always gives support to India's 5-year plans. Then USA extended its support during Indo-China War of 1965. During the period of 1965, there is a war between India and China. During that time, USA supported to India. In 1962, Russia supported to India. In the year of 1965, USA supported to India. This is one of the important point how the USA and India maintaining relationship like. Then dear students, but later after the 1965, the America shows their one of the important shameless mindset, like some of the important theories, etc., etc., etc. Because of the reason, after the 1965, USA extended their support to Pakistan during the war between India and Pakistan. So after the 1965, America supported to Pakistan. So before that, America supported to India. But after the 1965, America supported to Pakistan. So this is we should consider for the anti-Indian and pro-Pakistan. Anti-Indians means negative and hatred feelings of India. It means America neglecting for India's trade, relationship, etc., etc., etc. So that is anti-Indian. And pro-Pakistan means love, culture, aspects, trade, feelings, etc., etc. for the Pakistan. Here supporting to the Pakistan and neglecting for the India after the 1965. This is really shame to the America. So this is, my dear students, the picture shows. So this America's symbol. This America always in the after the 1965 supporting to the India and against supporting to the Pakistan and against for the India. This picture, this simple picture have to indicate lot of meaning. Then after, dear students, interestingly, why here the word interestingly is playing very very important role means after the 1965, America extended their support to supported to Pakistan. It means also India and USA have shared interest in controlling terrorism. So terrorism is one of the important thing is in the world. The terrorism purpose, majority of the countries are suffering. So this was the reason purpose India and USA joined together and try to control for the terrorism. Both countries also joined together and control for the terrorism. And India enjoys better relationship with USA in the fields of, so in some of the important fields, India always enjoying some of the important facilities in the fields of foreign trade. In the field of foreign trade, India enjoying and receiving some of the important facilities in the field of trade. Then science and technology, exchanging science and technology from India to America, America to India. Space science, it means study and research of the universe, study and research of the space purpose also. So that is also we should consider. And education and other areas of mutual interest. After the 1965, there is a clashes between India and America means also, but after there is a interesting relationship between India and USA. So here India enjoying some better facilities in the fields of foreign trade, science and technology, space science, education and other areas of mutual interest. So dear students, both the countries share mutual responsibility, strengthening the UN on maintenance of the global peace. Here the global peace is very, very important. Where there is a global peace, possible to all the countries in the world leads the life with the help of dignity. Here dignity also playing very, very important role. So here USA and India supporting to the UNO to maintaining of the global peace in the world. And India keeps observing the policy shift in two parties of USA. USA consists of two important parties. So that India always given support to the two important parties also. The one is Democratic Party and another one is the Republican Party. So here India supporting to the Democratic Party and Republican Party and adjusts India's policies in accordance to it. Conformly, India always following supported to Republican Party and another one Democratic Party because India not against into America. So this is the relationship between India and USA. My dear students, chapter is completed. Thank you. By watching this video, I am Chandrasekhar, your social science teacher, BJS Public School, Shidlaghatta. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jai Shri Gurudev.